Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome. It's always a pleasure to meet somebody new. Today I have another rare game experiences for you guys, and if you're new, this is where I go into rare, odd, and often bizarre world of video games, looking for those truly rare, weird experiences. Today, like many days, we actually go back into the realm of handheld gaming, which, admittedly, we really don't cover enough of in this channel. However, today I have an excuse to dip in and cover a game that kind of had a cool mechanic that I hadn't seen too often, if at all, in a video game. So, if you have a minute, sit back and grab a snack and a drink as we dig into an interesting and unique handheld gaming mechanic in Boktai, The Sun is in Your Hand. This one's actually going to be really cool. I think you're going to dig it. Now, Boktai was released in 2003 by Konami and was even produced by Hideo Kojima. Yep, the same one did Metal Gear and Death Stranding games. Like, anyone who's into gaming wouldn't know who this is. The story is, honestly, kinda normal for a Hideo game. I mean, it takes place in a period that's near the end of the world, simply called as the Age of Darkness. And in the game, there are a number of, undead creatures that start to appear after the natural cycle of life and death are broken. So, that's what the description reads, at least. This started to happen because of the use, or rather misuse, of dark matter, which is, at least in this game, described as a type of energy that corrupts and destroys life. This is sort of kind of accurate, as dark matter could basically be antimatter, which can't come in contact with let's not go full Star Trek today. That's on me. I'm sorry. Anyway, the story is set in the city of Istrakhan, which has been overrun by quote-unquote immortals, leaving the city a hopeless situation where the quote-unquote curse, as it's called, is bringing about the, again, quote-unquote undeadening of all. Look, translation: the dead are rising and running amok. You played Django. No, not the Quentin Tarantino one, the Hideo one. I know. I didn't know there was a Hideo Kojima one either. It turns out Django has the blood of the most legendary vampire hunters running through his veins. So immortals equals vampire. Just vampire, Hideo. Seriously, man. Just call it a vampire. Okay, anyway, to hunt these vampires, Django uses a weapon called the Gun del Sol. Now, the gameplay, and in particular this gun, is kind of where all the cool stuff comes into play with this one. You see, the game has a photometric light sensor to measure light exposure on the top of the game, and basically asks you to set your time zone inside the game as well. What's with all this, you ask? Well, that's the neat part and kind of what got my attention. The time zone will help simulate day and night cycles based off your set time zone, affecting the world around the player with different ambient sound effects based on the time of day and even an orangish glow around sunset. The sensor was used to actually charge your main weapon, the Gun del Sol. This weapon uses sunlight as its actual ammo source. There are two ways to charge this. One is to move to a solar station in the game to charge the gun, and the other way is, go outside. Literally, go to a window. Take the system outside, maybe put it near a lamp. That might work because, outside. This would keep the weapon charged. Now, this weapon was primarily used to hit enemies from behind and stun them so that you could slip by them. Like a lot of Kojima's early stuff, this is, at its core, a stealth game. You spend most of your time actually stunning enemies with this gun, or avoiding them entirely, with anyone spotting you being indicated by the Metal Gear style exclamation point, reducing your score for that stage. Once through enough stages, you'd run into an immortal level where you'd fight one of the game's vampires that you'd have to make your way to and defeat, being rewarded with another fight, this time in daylight, where you could employ one of the game's larger weapons, the pile driver. Now, this had to be charged by exposing the game to daylight. Obviously, the more sunlight, the better. Which kind of made for interesting game dynamics of having to actually go outside or being near a lamp and then having to do all this stuff to get around. It's actually a very interesting concept, I feel like. The game actually got pretty good reviews, getting several sequels. 3 that saw releases outside of Japan, and 1 for the DS that was released only in Japan itself. However, that's enough for me. What do you guys actually think of this one? Did anyone ever get a chance to play it, and if so, what did you think of it? What do you think of the actual mechanic itself? Do you think it's actually a cool idea of having a photo sensor on the actual game cartridge? Can any of you think of any other cool games with cool mechanics like this that I should cover? Let me know in the comments. While you're there, if you don't mind, please leave this video a like. Heck, if you see more of my stuff that you like, consider following the channel. That actually helps me out a ton. Till we meet again, though, thank you so much for making it this far. And until we meet again, happy gaming.